This is NewsBreak26 in Southwest New Brunswick. I'm Vicki Hogarth. Here's what's happening in our part of the world. Nearly 200 people met at the Point in St. Andrews on Friday at dusk to take part in a silent walk to mark Truth and Reconciliation Day. Many of the participants wore orange in recognition of residential school survivors and in memory of the victims who never came home. One of the event organizers, St. Andrews Deputy Mayor Kate Akagi, who is also a member of the Pescatomagotti Nation, held a smudging ceremony after the walk.
Like in any ceremony or any, memorial that you do, there's always a smudge. There's always a sacred fire or a smudge. And so it's good to add that to our program and to allow people a chance to feel that purification, that, positivity. We want them to go away with a good feeling and a memory. And that memory, the smoke seems to make you think about it.
Senior planner Xander Gopin of the Southwest New Brunswick Service Commission hosted a housing symposium on Thursday at Dominion Hill in Boquebec to address the housing crisis in the region. Southwest New Brunswick is in the midst of a housing crisis with communities experiencing record levels of low vacancy rates. St. Stephen has also been hit hard with an increase in homelessness and the number of people now living in tents. A recent survey found that 50% of the homeless population in St. Stephen is experiencing homelessness for the first time and have only been without shelter within the last 6 months. The symposium was meant to bring awareness to the issues surrounding the local housing crisis and also connect developers to government agencies, nonprofits, and key stakeholders to accelerate and accommodate proactive housing initiatives in the area. If you're currently looking for an employment opportunity or if you are a local business looking for new hires, be sure to check out the Charlotte County Job Connection happening October 13th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Garsland Civic Center.
So we're calling it Job Connection and a way to bring employers and people looking for employment together. And we're excited because it's the first time that we're bringing it back in person since the pandemic started. And it'll be at the Civic Center, but then we're also going to blend it with part of what we've learned through the pandemic is that we can do this online as well. And so it's in person and online, which means people all across Charlotte County can realistically access it and see who the employers are, who the opportunities are, and connect with it.
The Federal Electoral Boundaries Commission was in St. Andrews last week for a public hearing regarding the proposed new riding of St. John St. Croix, which would see the redrawing and renaming of the federal riding currently known as New Brunswick Southwest. One of the significant changes proposed is moving McAdam out of the federal riding, which encompasses most of Charlotte County, and moving it into a riding known as Tobic-Mactaquac. The commission heard from New Brunswick Southwest MP John Williamson, St. Croix MLA Kathy Baucus, St. Andrews Mayor Brad Henderson, and McAdam Deputy Mayor Taylor Gallant on why McAdam should stay in the same riding as the rest of Southwest New Brunswick.
Our whole economic, social, and cultural identity of McAdam is with Southwest New Brunswick, so it's really important to speak to the Commission today.
A decision will be made near the end of the year, and new federal ridings won't affect elections until 2024. Finally, October kicked off with a bang at Kingsbury Garden on Saturday with the 7th annual Charlotte County Pumpkin Festival. Over 900 people came out to celebrate the wonders of fall with a scavenger hunt, a giant pumpkin weight guessing contest, face painting, pumpkin decorating, and the highly anticipated pumpkin pie eating contest, which saw kids of all ages signing up to attempt to eat as much of one of Chef Alex Hahn's gourmet pies as possible in a timed face-off. The winner was the defending champ, Sadie Shaw, who entered the competition while on her lunch break.
I just went on my lunch break and I was like, you know what, I have to do it. And I also remember that the filling weighs more than the crust. So if I eat that first, then because I know they did it by weight, they have a higher likelihood of winning.
Well, that's one way to make the most of your lunch break. Congrats, Sadie. That's all the news I have for you. For more stories and online exclusives, follow us on Facebook at CHCO.TV.
A news and public affairs production of CHCO-TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.